4 o'clock on this Friday, and we start with breaking new developments in the horrific big rig crash into a DPS office in Brenham. It's a story we've been on all afternoon, and in the last hour, we have learned one person has died.
13 people were also injured. This all happened after the man stole that big rig from a gas station in Chapel Hill, then plowed into that DPS office in Brenham, about an hour and a half northwest of Houston. And that's where we've got team coverage. Our Matt Doherty was the first to arrive at the suspect's home, and Katira Winfrey went to the scene as soon as we heard about it. Let's start with you, Katira.
Well, Ron, a DPS official says the suspect is 42-year-old Clenard Parker. Now, county official says he did this on purpose after he was denied a CDL license just yesterday. So they say he brought that truck and came back today with the intent to do harm, and he did just that when he rammed into the front of the DPS building. Now, officials say 14 people were injured and one of them died. Now, the initial call came in around 10:30 this morning about a stolen semi. Deputies quickly spotted the truck while riding along US 290, and they tried to pull him over. A DPS official says he kept going and ultimately made it to the DPS parking lot where he drove into the building. That official says the suspect then backed the semi up and had intentions of hitting the building again, but officials were able to stop him and get him into custody. Now, the majority of the damage happened in the waiting room just beyond the front door. One of the 14 victims died at the hospital. Several others were taken to different hospitals, and 8 were treated at the scene and released. Along with area law enforcement, other city and state government leaders shared their thoughts on this tragedy.
It's a place of public service. And so what we've seen today was an act of violence. And I want to first thank all the first responders, the deputy sheriff that realized that was a stolen truck, those that got on the scene quickly to keep more damage from being done.
And Texas Rangers are taking over the investigation, but the suspect is in the Washington County Jail right now, facing a long list of felony charges. So far, it's not clear why Parker was denied his CDL license. They only say he wasn't eligible to renew. And of course, I'll have much more on this investigation coming up on KHOU at 5 and 6 o'clock. We're live in Brenham. Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.
Just a horrible story over there. All right, thank you so much, Katira Winfrey.
And continuing our breaking coverage this afternoon, we have new information on the suspect who was taken into custody. KHOU 11's Matt Doherty was the first to arrive at the home of the alleged suspect. Matt, what can you tell us?
Well, according to court records and family members, this is the place where Clenard Parker lives. Investigators are still working over outside the home right now. They've been here since we first arrived about an hour and 15 minutes ago. We're learning more about Parker right now, including several previous arrests. This is a booking photo from one of those cases. I spoke with the cousin of Clenard Parker about half an hour ago. She says she cannot believe what happened and never would have thought he was capable of something like this.
He would never have done something like this. I'm just so shocked. Well, he has. I'm just really shocked that he actually did.
There was never any indication that he might do something like this or be violent or anything?
Be violent? No. I just seen him. We were all here on Easter Sunday, and we were all like sitting around laughing, talking, eating. So that's the last time I saw him with Easter Sunday. So I just can't believe that this would be the outcome.
His cousin says that Parker is not married, but he does have one son who does not live here. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll hear more from her. Back to you.
Matt, thank you so much. Of course, we will be following this story as it develops. You can find the very latest updates on air and online and on the KHOU 11 mobile app.